Welcome to the Cryptonomatron. Today I'm doing another ICO review. This is INS. So what is the INS ICO? Well, their slogan is the grocery industry reinvented. First globalized, decentralized ecosystem directly connecting grocery manufacturers and consumers. So who are their competitors in the space? Well, the main ones will be other online delivery companies and supermarkets offering online services. None are using blockchain technology as far as I am aware, although they will probably waken up and do so very shortly when they see the threat coming. So what are the problems they intend to solve? So despite the tremendous growth of the grocery market, it has two large interrelated problems, and they are abuse by grocery retailers and ineffective trade promotions. Now, to explain these two, first of all, the abuse by the grocery retailers. Retail chains capture a very high share of grocery revenue and have a huge influence over manufacturers, causing deep impact on consumers worldwide. Retailers dictate what food is grown and how it is processed, packaged, priced and promoted. As an example, in the UK, 4 retailers alone serve as a slim conduit for 7,000 manufacturers to sell their products to 25 million households, which demonstrates how the existence of retailer abuse in the grocery industry has not only been allowed to develop, but also thrive. And ineffective, costly and outdated trade promotions practice. Trade promotion spending represents 17% of manufacturers' sales, with each year over 50 billion spent on trade promotions that never reach the consumer. Unfairness in today's promotion-laden atmosphere go hand in hand with the rising costs of promotions and the inefficiencies they produce. 95% of manufacturers admit that trade promotions inefficiency is an extremely important issue. So what are their aims? So INS is implementing a decentralized ecosystem enabling consumers to save up to 30% on everyday shopping, buying directly from the grocery manufacturers. So they want to directly connect grocery manufacturers and consumers. They want to overcome retailer domination. They want to offer a variety of smart contracts to facilitate operations. And they want to use the INS token as means of consumer loyalty program rewards. So the potential market for INS, well, the grocery market, one of the largest consumer markets in the world, obviously, everybody has to eat. It's forecast to reach 8.5 trillion by 2020. It is reaching a digital tipping point, with much of its growth to come from online. Online grocery, being the target segment for INS, is expected to grow from 98 billion in 2015 to 290 billion in 2020, according to IDG estimates. So there's a huge market there to tap into. And as we can see here, the top 10 online global grocery markets and forecast to 2020. So currently, let's take the UK for an example. They currently spend 15 billion on online groceries, and in 2020 that's going to increase to 28 billion, which is a growth of $13 billion. And top of the list is China. China currently spends 41 billion and is set to spend 178 billion by 2020. And all the other countries will experience similar growth through the next 3 years. Now, this indicates that there is a large market for online grocers and online delivery services. So let's take a little look at the INS ecosystem. Now, the INS ecosystem will become the first global decentralized grocery marketplace where consumers can buy products directly from manufacturers, enjoy low transparent prices for a wide range of high quality products, and save on direct promotions. Manufacturers compete for consumers and interact with them directly. And this is roughly how the ecosystem is going to work. There's 4 main components. You have the INS platform, which is used to transact with the INS token. You have the manufacturers who produce the goods, you have the consumers who consume the goods, and then you have another section called fulfillment, which will be the couriers, the people that deliver the goods, etc. And as you can see, in the orange is the tokens. So tokens will be used for transaction fees, which will cost 1%. They'll also be used for referral rewards to the consumers. If you refer a friend, you'll get rewarded, etc. They will also be used as payment for products, and they will also be used as a promotional and loyalty device for rewards, and also for feedback. If you have positive or negative feedback, you will receive tokens as a result. They will also be given as cross-marketing rewards for the manufacturers. So that's roughly a very simple diagram of how this is going to work. Now, you can pay as a consumer for the products in fiat currency, Bitcoin or Ethereum, as well as the INS token. So let's have a look at the components. We have the INS platform, the manufacturers, the consumers, and as I said, fulfillment, which will consist of couriers, centers, and operators. Now, they're going to implement a blockchain technology to deliver this, but they have no working technology that I could read about or find out about at the moment. It appears like it's going to be developed by Bitfury, as they're one of the coming soon partners on their website. And the ICO tokens will be issued on the Ethereum ERC20 standard. And that's about as much as I could find out that is really important for this review. The rest of the stuff is all about what they're going to implement rather than how they're going to do it. So let's take a quick look at the ICO details here. Their ICO started today at 11 AM GMT, so just an hour or so ago. You can pay in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, or bank transfer with US dollar. They have a soft cap of 20,000 Ethereum. The hard cap is 60,000 Ethereum, which is about $28 million. And the price is 1 Ethereum equals 300 INS tokens. 1 INS token, therefore, equals 0.0033 Ethereum, or the equivalent of $1.58. There will be a maximum total supply of 50 million INS. And the minimum purchase at ICO is 0.1 Ethereum worth. So these are how the tokens are going to be allocated. There will be 60% allocated for the token sale, 15% will go to the team, 5% to the advisors, early supporters, and to the bounty campaign, and 20% will go to a reserve fund. And as we can see, the bonus tiers are as follows. Today you will receive 25, 22.5 or 20% depending on amount spent, and these will decrease as the ICO goes on. They are also offering an INSP promo token airdrop. Now, if you registered prior to November the 1st, they were giving away 500 million INSP tokens, and these are different from the INS token, it must be stated, and these are getting airdropped to all Ethereum addresses that were holding 0.1 Ethereum or over when they registered on November the 1st. And this will give 5% bonus when purchasing INS tokens during the ICO. INSP is a promotional token and cannot be exchanged into INS tokens. So there are two very, very different things. These INSP tokens are not the ICO token, all right? They're not what's being sold at the ICO. I don't know why they did this. It seems very confusing, especially for people that are new to ICOs. And a snapshot of ETH token holders was taken on November the 1st. So, the bounty campaign, they have a thread on Bitcoin Talk. 500,000 INS tokens have been reserved for the bounty campaign, 1% of the total supply. And this is the roadmap now, so we can see we are here in Q4 2017, INS to conduct an ICO. Prior to that, nothing of note. Don't make the mistake of thinking that Unilever, Mars, Valio, Reckitt Benix are behind this ICO. They are not. They have merely showed interest, and again, there are no definite or signed partnerships with any of those companies that I could see. So Q3 2018, they are going to develop the supplier SDK. Prior to that, they'll be working on the INS platform and the fulfillment apps and interfaces, but it's not going to launch till 2018 Q4, guys. So you've got a year before anything happens, really. And then 2019 beyond, they'll start growing the ecosystem and they'll expand throughout the world. So a very, very long roadmap. It's not very detailed. And again, nothing before the ICO, really. You know, so this basically is a white paper ICO that's just being launched on an idea. So let's look at the team quickly. They have 10 advisors, they have 10 core team members. The advisors have a wealth of experience, including Harvard University, Bancor, Black Moon Crypto, and several other ICOs were noted. The team itself has experience at IBM, Goldman Sachs, Rothschild, General Electric, and PricewaterhouseCoopers. Yeah, very, very strong team in my opinion. I noted Peter Fedchenkov, the founder, went to Harvard Business School, has an MBA, worked at Goldman Sachs, IBM. Yeah, very clever, very good. Dmitry Zulin, his co-founder, again worked for Rothschild. Went to the University of London, so the founders themselves very well equipped to deal with a project of this magnitude. And two notable advisors that I spotted were E.L. Herzog from Bancor. He's a co-founder. He's Chief Architect and Head of Product Development. And also Michael Turpin, who is the founder and CEO of Transform Group, who are a PR firm that have conducted over 40 successful ICOs previously. So their partners include Bancor, as we've seen, Ambrosus, the Wings Foundation, Digital X, Transform Group, and many more blockchain-orientated and PR firms. As far as the community is concerned, Telegram, they have a big community on Telegram, almost 11,500 members. They're active on Facebook, they're very active on Twitter, they have a Reddit page, they're active on the Bitcoin Talk forum, and they are active on Medium as well. So that's good to see. They also have a YouTube channel which you can subscribe to. So what do I think about this ICO then? Well, we've gathered that it is basically trying to cut out the middlemen in the grocery industry and sell from direct from the manufacturers using an online service to the consumer. It's an interesting concept. The positives that I garnered from looking at this briefly were this has a very strong team and a strong advisory team as well. They have a wealth and experience of launching ICOs, and they have a wealth of experience in corporate business and business in general. This is a massive market, as we saw earlier on in this presentation. They have a growing market which is currently under-tapped, I would say, and is ripe for expansion. The founders have industry experience. They also run a company called Instamart, which has over 200 employees and actually is a grocery delivery service in Russia. So they already have industry experience and they're already involved with that company. So that's a step on the ladder towards success. They have large conglomerates showing interest, several companies that are listed on the website, very big retail companies are showing interest in the project, which is good because it might be the case that some of them get involved at a later date. And final positive, they have a big support in the community with posts every day, people following. This has been discussed over social media quite frequently, so they have good support from the people that are following it. Now, as ever, there are several negatives. So the first one will be they don't have a working product. I keep saying it. I will repeat myself again for the sake of you that are hard of hearing. This is a white paper ICO. You are not buying any technology. You are merely buying an idea, and they want to raise funds to implement the idea. So right away, as an investor, you have to be aware that you're not buying into anything that has been beta tested, that exists, or that can be used straight away. Okay, so that's very important. And obviously, it's got to be the biggest negative of this ICO. The next negative is a very high token price of $1.57. And I don't think there's any justification for that whatsoever. That will also inhibit the growth of this token, as I don't think this will have a high market cap until we see some implementation of the product. So it could be that initially it will hit exchanges and not experience much growth. That's just my opinion. I could be proved wrong. The other thing that I noticed as well was low token supply, and that may inhibit the token utility. Now there's only 50 million. If it is a utility token, which it appears to be, that seems like a low number to me. Now, far be it from me to question the expertise of all these Harvard professors and graduates and people that have launched other ICOs, but to me, if you're going to be global and you want to use your token within the ecosystem, 50 million is simply not enough. Number 4, interest in the project is not a commitment to use. Now, they seem to be overcompensating as far as putting company logos and interested party logos on their website, like Mars and Unilever. They're also in the white paper, but again, they do not have any partnerships with these companies, otherwise they would have stated so. So having an interest, even if Unilever and these other companies do indeed have an interest in this project, that's not a commitment that they're going to use it, guys. So be advised. I had to mention number 4 as it seemed, as I said, they were overcompensating, having all these potential partners listed on the site. Get the stuff working first, get your app working, get your INS platform working, and then tell us about the people that are going to use it, not before. Number 5, they have a long roadmap with a final launch in Q4 2018. So we won't see any expansion globally till at least 2019. The roadmap is not very concise either, it's very broad. So we don't have any plan for technology, and I'll mention that in a minute. So number 6, there is already stiff competition in online retail globally, and will the blockchain really make a big difference in this? This is the question that you have to ask yourself. You have massive companies that are already involved in online retail for groceries. All the supermarkets do it, Tesco's, Coles in Australia, etc. So it's very stiff competition to break into globally. Now, they might have a little foothold in Russia, but globally, it's a different matter altogether. Will the blockchain really make that much of a difference that they can go in and sweep aside the competition? I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, honestly. These other businesses are established already and can quite easily apply blockchain technology to their retail division if they so choose. The next thing that's a negative is it's an ambitious plan, which means it's going to be more difficult to implement. Now, the team's very good, but again, they don't have any technology. They haven't even started to build the platform as far as I'm aware. And, you know, for me, global, it's ambitious. It's going to be a high risk, high reward situation getting into this ICO. And number 8, there's no clear vision or roadmap outlined for the tech development. And as I said earlier, there is a roadmap, but it doesn't mention anything about when they're going to implement the tech, when they're going to beta test it, when they're going to apply it, where it's going to apply. Just too many, it's too foggy and too vague for my liking. So all that bearing in mind, what is my verdict on this ICO? Well, it's another ICO based only on a good idea. And as such, I can only award it 2.5 stars. Now, it's high risk, high reward. To get involved at the ICO, it may well be the case that it will be cheaper on the exchanges. So I'm going to wait till it hits the exchanges, I think, guys. I'm not going to invest in this ICO, I don't believe. But this is just my opinion. As ever, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please always do your own research, do your own due diligence, and invest cautiously and invest wisely, guys, yeah? So that's my INS ICO review. No working product, no tech to be applied. This is, again, another white paper ICO. I call them that all the time. And you know, all the ICOs that I've invested in actually have some sort of working technology or a way to apply it straight away. So that's my criteria. I think I'll pass on this one, but feel free to leave me comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell notification for new videos, and I'll be back tomorrow with some news updates perhaps, and hopefully, if I have time, another review.